Welcome back to the Game of Thrones show.
What's up?
That's what I'm gonna call it.
The Game of Thrones show?
I don't think we're allowed to. I don't give a fuck.
You should say.
Well, I'm Christian. That's Xavier.
Yeah.
You've seen this before. I just realized when I was watching those videos that we didn't say who we were. Now you know.
I'm Jared, by the way.
And I was getting there, man. You
Damn,
got a
no, you
special. You
weren't.
got a
You
special.
skipped
No,
right over
we have a special announcement for you.
Okay.
So Jared's here. You're probably wondering. I thought, well, if you know us and if you know the videos, you're probably like, Jared doesn't watch this show. Isn't that what y'all saying? He's such a stupid motherfucker for not watching the shows. He is a stupid motherfucker for not watching the shows. But he's one of those people that likes to read the book at the end. Ain't that right, Jared?
Yeah, that's right. All the good stuff happens at the end. Nothing happens that's worth like reading in the middle of the book or the beginning.
Well, obviously, as me and Xavier knows, that's obviously not true.
Yeah, so you're not there for the ride.
Who cares about the ride? All you care about is the destination.
You know what that means, right? I just found out from that statement you're a 2-pump chump.
I don't care what that means because
I
it's
don't know
not
what
the
that
end of the
means either.
story.
You know what that means?
No, I don't.
2-pump chump.
So this is our Game of Thrones Season 8, Episode 1 review. So let's do the big things that happen in order, at least. So I would say the first big things, obviously, I think the reunions.
I think the first big thing was that whole marching in.
Nah, because...
That's a huge thing. That's a foreign army taking over Winterfell.
I mean, they're not really taking over because Jon's there. That's why Jon wanted her to come with him.
I know, but when I'm in like the eyes of the Northerners, they took over.
Oh, yeah, it was a weird moment.
I thought it was beautiful.
Weird. Nah, it was definitely awkward. Everybody was like looking at him like they wanted to kill him. So
Yeah, but I'm also I'm on the side of like fuck everybody else, you know? Like I'm like I don't fucking care about their opinions. Either die or fucking live, you know?
not true. Yeah. But yeah, Sansa meeting Daenerys was a solid moment. Jared, you could tell it was some bitchy. Like you can tell a bitchy moment when a bitchy moment comes, you know?
This is the person with the red hair, right?
Yep, that's Sansa.
Yeah, I knew who you were talking about.
Yep.
I could just see
She
the
was
resentment.
Yep.
It's like, I don't want to give you this land, but here you go.
Did I tell you Sansa's gonna die? Because she's gonna die. Fuck that bitch.
No.
Damn,
No.
I really
in the
hope she
video,
does.
you said you hope she dies, but you don't think she will.
Ow, she's dying now. After how this episode started, she's dying. Fucking hate her.
Yeah, we'll see about that. So yeah, that was a nice little bitchy moment. I knew it was gonna happen. Anybody that watched any of the trailers, even you didn't even have to watch the trailers to know that was gonna happen. It was really, really, really frustrating to see how much the Northerners are being a bunch of cunts about Jon Snow.
It really is.
It's so annoying. It's like the world is fucking ending, and this guy just got you the greatest army on the planet and 2 dragons. And you guys are mad because he bent the knee. It just seemed so petty.
During that whole scene, I just kept saying in my head, I was like, it doesn't matter what your fucking title is as long as you're alive at the end of the day. And then he says that like 40 minutes later.
Yep.
It's like, what does it matter? Why do you guys care who your fucking king is?
And I think it's more of a writing thing. At the end of the day, Game of Thrones was built on drama. So I think this is just them continuing the drama because that's just how the game goes. Drama.
No, these fucking Northerners are just ridiculous, and they only want to bend the knee to anybody with the last name Stark.
Yep.
And it was such a big deal that Jon Snow got it because he was a bastard.
That's why it's going to be interesting. I mean, we'll get to the whole Jon learning his name thing, but it is going to be interesting how the Northerners react, considering how much cunty they're being about him right now.
Be dead. They ain't gonna react to nothing.
Yeah, we'll see about that. Some other reunions was obviously 2 reunions. Well, technically, Arya had 3 reunions. She had the Jon moment, she had the Gendry moment, and she had the Hound moment. Obviously, I really liked the Jon moment. They had two nice little hugs. It was a little strange to see her agreeing more with Sansa than with Jon about the whole queen situation.
I don't really think she was agreeing, more of like showing she understood why the people were that way. Like she understood both sides. Like, I don't think she gives a fuck either way.
She can wear faces.
That's why. That's
Yeah,
why
she
I
can
said
wear
the
faces.
What are you
you
talking
don't
about? She
scroll
wear
like
faces?
you know how to scroll.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you saw
how they
Captain
can
Marvel.
Judge whatever.
Yeah,
you
she,
saw Captain
she
Marvel.
can wear other people's faces and like look
This is
and
why I
sound
don't
like
watch
them.
this. This is exactly why I don't watch this show.
You have to listen. A man does not understand until a man watches.
That
no,
was
that
wise.
no,
That was
no,
wise
it
as
wasn't.
fuck.
Don't even agree with that.
That was
Christian. It was
super
not
You didn't
right.
watch the show. You don't understand the reference
That
I
was
just hit
super
you with.
wise.
Oh my goodness, I want to say it. I want to say the words, and I haven't even watched it.
Say it.
You cunts! You cunts! You're both cunts!
You're saying it wrong. That's why you
Man,
gotta watch the show.
That was the moment. That was the
Is that how you
moment.
say cunt?
That was the moment Jared actually popped his Game of Thrones shirt. I'm proud of you.
I'm not.
The Gendry moment was sweet, and then I will say now I'm a little afraid of the Hound situation.
What do you mean?
I think the Hound was just being what the Hound does. He doesn't like showing his feelings. Like I said, I do believe he cares much about Arya, but he doesn't want to show his feelings. But she was being kind of cunty to him too, so maybe your theory comes true and she ends up
do you
killing
not
him.
remember the shit he did to her family? Season 1.
I mean, he didn't do anything to her family.
Killed the fucking dog.
No, he didn't.
No, not the dog. He killed the boy who she was
Is
playing
he a
with.
part of the family? No.
That whole thing started because Joffrey was being a little bitch, and the Hound was like,
yeah,
"Fuck
that
it,
was
I'm gonna take care of
Joffrey.
it."
Well, no, it was just the Hound killing the kid because he
And
ran.
he was just he was being an asshole. He deserves to
Sure,
die.
he was being an asshole, but no, he does not deserve to die. Especially
Wasn't
he's
he
done
the-
way more good than he's
Wasn't
done
he the
bad.
Wasn't he the one that swung
No.
on Ned? Who was?
No, it was
I
just
can't
some random executioner.
Random executioner.
Yeah,
Oh.
he's done nothing really, truly evil. The kid shit was fucked up, but that's just the world they lived in. The kid technically broke the law, or at least the way they saw it, he broke the law.
He didn't break the law.
Even though in reality we know he didn't.
The
but
butcher's boy survives.
But the prince,
needs to.
if the prince says somebody breaks the law, you have to believe the prince in that time period. So the kid ran. He probably should never ran. And got fucked up for it. Fuck that kid anyways. How'd you feel about the Cersei shit? So her army got there episode 1. No surprise there.
Here's the thing. What's the Iron Fleet gonna
And by the way,
fucking-
she was happy about hearing the wall going down. This bitch is crazy.
Yeah,
She's crazy
fucking
as
insane.
fuck, yo.
She doesn't deserve to live. She's dying episode fucking 5, 6.
Oh my
Sorry,
God,
episode 6.
yo, she is insane. Like when she said good, I was like, Jesus Christ.
I don't know. I think she's got a whole fucking plan to take over everything after this battle because she's know everybody's gonna be fucked up.
Yep.
And the whole us finally get it, understanding why people are gonna hate Bronn.
I fucking told you. I told you he was
I
not
think-
going with
I think
Jaime.
that's also why she said good, because now it gives a distraction to.
tragic.
Jessica was supposed to be on top of this, and you fucked up.
Damn it, Billy.
Who's Billy?
That's right.
Billy's the new intern.
He's the
fucking
intern.
Billy. We are blaming
Yeah,
Billy.
you
I
know
hope
what,
we're not
Billy,
paying him.
This is Billy's
This is
fault.
Billy's fault.
This
He
is
left
all
early
Billy's
too.
fault.
He said everything was
I
gonna
was
be
wondering.
fine. It's just,
I didn't ask who that guy was. I thought he was just one of your friends.
it's really just fuck you, Billy. I'm glad we're not paying your dumb ass. All right, we'll try to continue here. Bear with us. So yeah. What do we?
So like it makes
continue.
sense. Like the whole war with the walkers or the White Walkers and the Wits now makes sense for a cover up for her to get rid of the rest of her family. I don't fucking get the whole. I mean, I don't understand any of why she does what she does. You know,
I am super confused.
I don't understand.
yeah.
What does it matter if your brothers are still alive? I mean, obviously she doesn't have an army to fucking stand a leg on against the North.
She.
The fucking the armies from across the sea
Yeah.
and 2 dragons.
Yeah.
And what the fuck is the Iron Fleet gonna do against the fucking White Walkers? They can't go into the water anyway. What the fuck is the point?
Well, I kind of have a theory that fucking the Night King would just be able to like touch the water.
That's what I'm
and just
thinking anyway.
all
I'm like-
freezes over.
Like, oh, they can't get there. Well,
that'd be
he
pretty.
controls ice. Water is ice. so-
Yeah, that'd be pretty crazy. But I think with Cersei, I think all it is she has been on top for most of her life. She has been the queen for most of her
But
life.
her plans make no
and
sense.
they don't, but it's her only way to stay on top.
No, it's not.
I feel like there's no other way for her to become queen.
There is no way for her to become queen.
That's the point, though. So this is the only way that gives her any sort of a shot, at least in her mind. She just wants to be queen. It's just a selfish character situation.
Her plans don't make any fucking sense.
No, they don't. She's stupid as fuck. But, we're done with that dumb cunt. All you need to know, Jared, is she's a cunt.
Cunt. With a capital K.
So who are you talking about?
It was the bitch that
With the short hair?
Yeah.
I got schmeechmacked?
She got extra schmeech-schmacked.
I hope you
Okay,
don't.
so move on to what I think was the most exciting part. Even though Jared disagreed, he thought the John finding out thing was bigger.
Yeah.
But I don't know, the flying dragon shit was so amazing to watch.
It definitely wasn't the biggest part, though.
It wasn't alright. It wasn't like
It was an emotional moment for me and you since we've been along for this crazy ride.
Yeah.
It was emotional.
It was,
And since the end of season 7.
and I feel like it's something we didn't think would happen until like a few seasons ago. You know what I mean? Like when Daenerys, what season did Daenerys first fly Drogon? That's my point. Like we only recently thought that there would even be a sliver of a chance that Jon would ride a dragon.
I didn't think he was going to ride a dragon at all until season 7.
Yeah, and the only thing they gave us in season 7 was he was able to touch a dragon without the dragon getting pissed off.
Yeah, and then he flew away on the one, but he didn't fly it, though.
Yeah,
He just got
yeah.
carried away.
Oh, no, he didn't. No, he didn't. Remember his uncle saved him.
Benjen. Yeah, Benjen.
Benjen saved him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was walking around. I was hyped as fuck. How did you react to that? Him getting on that dragon?
I fucking chills. Like, I just like goosebump. I felt my back tingle. I was like, oh my God. And then they were talking about like sleeping together in that cave or whatever. And I was like, oh God.
A nice little.
You're going to remind me of my girl Egret.
Yep. The funny thing is,
He doesn't know shit about Egret.
So when they were, here's the funny thing. When they were flying, I was like, yo. I looked at Jared. I was like, yo, they about to have some passionate ass sex. I'm telling you that right now. And then they were about to land, and I was like, you know what? I wouldn't even be surprised if they had passionate sex on the dragon.
Oh my God.
and then what do you know? That's when they started kissing. I looked at him. He was like, man, how did you know?
Yo, Drogon.
I know. And
Do
then
you see?
Drogon looked.
He looked pissed.
He was like,
Bitch, I don't want to watch you fucking my mother.
That must have been a weird
it
situation.
must have been a weird. Yeah, Drogon was not feeling it at
I
all.
thought John might have died in episode 1.
So we'll get to Jared's, what Jared think was the biggest part, which I guess it was, but
That is
But yeah.
definitely pushing the story forward.
no, it does. It does.
Wait,
That's
what's the
the
biggest
biggest
part?
part.
See, the thing is, though, it's funny that you thought it was a really big moment because if you would have seen it from the beginning like we did,
Can you
It's
clarify
even-
what are you saying is the biggest part?
is John finding out who he is. So
What's his
it's
name?
even
What's his name for the viewers?
Aegon Targaryen.
Say it louder for the people in the back.
Aegon Targaryen. Aegon.
Yeah, it's even bigger for us because the beginning of the show, his dad promises him the next time we see each other, I'm going to tell you who your mom is and we'll talk about her. They literally don't see each other ever again. Ever again.
Shit is fucking
So this was
sad.
such a crazy, crazy payoff because I remember back when I watched it and I was like,
You gotta be shitting me now. John's never gonna know who his mother is. Is she alive? Fuck.
all right. So we'll end it with some predictions. I want Jared to go first. Jared, what do you think's going to happen in episode 2?
Did you watch the next time on?
Nope.
You weren't paying attention to that? Well, that's even better.
Exactly, right?
Yeah, that's better.
So I think John's going to go to Daenerys and talk about the Targaryen thing.
Makes sense.
That definitely makes sense. I want to see what happens between Bran and Jaime.
Good to hear.
Fuck them both.
I hope they start fighting. I hope Bran actually tries to kill him, honestly, because like to spend your whole life as a paraplegic, yeah, that's worth a knife to the heart.
Well, I doubt it just because.
I doubt it too,
he's
but
a
I would
robot.
like to see it.
That would be something else. Well, since you didn't
I
see
guess next would be preparing for the war,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Okay, yeah. You're doing a good job for somebody that hasn't seen any really.
This is the fun in watching or
watching the end first.
just the end,
Can you watch? Just don't even watch any more episodes. When the show ends, just watch from the last episode to the first.
Watch it reverse.
Tell me what happened.
Yeah, that'll happen. Yeah, they'll be preparing. I assume that won't happen though until like towards the end, like the last 5 minutes of the episode.
I don't know. Did you see that next time on Game of Thrones? That shit made it seem like most of next episodes.
Yeah, they were kind of doing it already in first episode.
Yeah, they're preparing.
Yeah, they were kind of.
They're not gonna fight at all.
No, I didn't say they were gonna fight. I'm saying the whole episode is gonna be nothing but prep, and then it's gonna end with that.
No. There's drama, obviously.
I think it's gonna end with that shot on Tyrion looking over the wall and seeing the fucking White Walkers finally.
Well, it'll probably end with Jon just because he has more beef with the White Walkers.
I don't know, because it fucking ended with Bran this episode. No matter who ends with what, because apparently we just putting irrelevant shit at the end of episodes now.
I will say I'm shocked they didn't legitly end it with Jon finding out who he was.
Exactly.
But yeah, I agree with Jared. They'll be prepping. I assume they're gonna have like a trial. Well, probably not a trial, but like they're gonna have a nice 15-minute dialogue of Daenerys being pissed about Jaime and fucking Tyrion trying to convince her not to kill him. And then I think ultimately, Jon will convince her not to kill him because he's like, motherfucker, he's alive. We need people. He'll probably die in this war anyways, which he most likely will. We've already predicted that. Yeah, so it'll be a lot of prep. I assume they'll go back to Cersei for a little bit and talk about that shit. By the way, you might be wondering, why didn't you talk about Theon and Yara? We don't give a fuck about the Greyjoys.
Care about them more than I care about Bran.
Man, fuck you. Fuck the Greyjoys. But there you go. That's my one acknowledgement of those fuckers. Theon's gonna die in episode 3 too, because it looks like he's coming back to Winterfell.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so Tormund's gonna warn Jon, and that'll be the moment where they're like, all right, let's get shit ready. And then, yeah, I assume I don't know what they're gonna do with Cersei. I don't know what else. I've been confused about this, since the trailers came out. I don't know what they can show with Cersei, but they did a solid job of showing some Cersei scenes. I don't know what they could do with episode 2, because I guarantee you will not see her in episode 3. Episode 3 will be a complete us versus the White Walkers episode.
But it's supposed to be her army too. Her army's already
they're not coming. They're not coming. No, they're not coming. What the fuck? First off, she already told Jaime that. Yeah, since you didn't know that, she already told her brother / lover that her army was not coming. And I loved, real quick, the dialogue that Sansa had with Tyrion. She was like, do you really trust her? And he was like, I have to, or something like that. And then she was like, wow, I really thought at one time you were the most cleverest man I knew. And that was her acknowledging, you are no longer clever. If you actually think your sister is going to come and help, you're a fucking idiot. Say what you want about Sansa, but she's one of the smartest characters.
Absolutely
right now.
not.
One of the smartest, because she's dead right.
She's lived her entire life on this show.
She's the only character that knows Cersei's not coming. She's the only one. Everybody else thinks she's coming. Even the queen. Well, no, the queen didn't say it, but Tyrion said it. No Lannisters are coming. Not a single one, except for obviously the brother.
See, I don't know.
It's not happening.
Like I said, I'm gonna have to wait until the next episode to see. I don't know. I don't think they're gonna show up, but I think there's always a fucking slight chance. It's fucking TV. There's drama. There's a slight chance some men are gonna show up, die, and then they're gonna go back to fucking King's Landing in like episode 5 and like, Cersei, what the fuck happened? She was like, I sent a good amount of men. I thought you had a huge army. And then meanwhile, fucking the Iron Fleet's on the water getting ready to blow up King's Landing or some shit. But like, I don't know. I don't think they're gonna show up. I think maybe a few, just as like a pity thing. But like, it'd probably just be like some fuckboys dressed up in Lannister clothes.
If anyone was coming, they would have came with Jaime.
Fuck them all. I hope all the Lannisters die except for Tyrion.
But yeah, sadly, I just want to get to episode 3. Sadly, but hopefully they do some interesting stuff in the next episode.
I think we'll see some
because this episode
cool
was good.
Shit.
We were wrong though. Nobody important really died this episode.
Did I say anybody was gonna die season 1 or episode 1?
Yeah, we talked about it. We were like, yeah,
I don't remember that, but yeah, I believe it.
Yeah,
I say a lot of shit that I don't remember.
And I thought they were gonna do it with that Tormund moment. They probably should have.
Tormund's gonna live. Shut the fuck up. Happily ever after with his lady love, Bria.
Hashtag Tormund dies.
Hashtag Tormund lives. Hashtag verbal hashtag.
Well, with that said, Thanks for watching the video. Hit subscribe. Hit like. And I don't know what else.
Watch Game of Thrones.
I'm not good with
Watch
this
Game
shit.
of Thrones. Keep
Watch
up
Game
with
of
us.
Thrones.
Don't be Jared.
Yeah.
Don't
Nah, you
fuck
could
up.
be Jared.
Yeah,
just,
be
just,
me.
Don't.
just watch season 8. That's
Don't.
fine.
Just watch season 8.
Don't.
And then when you rewatch it, you'll understand everything better.
You will
Don't.
understand everything better.
That's how it is.
Please don't listen to these two.
It's just like rewatching a movie, except I didn't watch it the first time.
Awful. That's like watching
That was
the end
perfect.
of. It's like watching the third Lord of the Rings
No,
movie.
I completely understand what he's saying. Yeah.
You know
That sounds amazing, watching the third Lord of the Rings movie and then watching 1 and 2 and then 3 again. That's amazing.
I didn't say the 1 and 2. I said watch the third one, then the Hobbit, and then 1, then 2, then 1.
Yeah, you could do that too. That's fine.
Awful.
At
Don't
least you got
fucking
to
do
see
that.
3 first. That's the best.
Don't do
Because
that.
we're hoping that season 8 is the best.
Save
'Cause
the
I
be-
say,
save
I
the
say
best for
season
last.
6 is the best. So I'm hoping season 8 turns out to be the best. So then you would have seen the best season.
Exactly.
It's a
Two
good way
in
to
the
do
north.
it, actually. You know
Oh,
what?
oh my
Here's my argument to that. Star Wars.
I watch all of them in order.
It started out as episodes 4, 5, and 6.
Well, it started out as A New Hope.
Star
It
Wars.
didn't
It's-
start
yes,
out
sure,
as...
sure. And then whatchamacallit was like, oh, I got this brilliant idea. Let's go with Empire Strikes Back and do all this other shit, and then call it 4, 5, and 6.
Yeah, that shit
So,
didn't... But that
there
shit
you
didn't
go.
happen
There
until
you
like
go.
2003.
And then you had to watch 1, 2, and 3, but you already knew that Anakin turned into Darth Vader. Jared was right. We learned that Jared was right. Good job.
I didn't.
Jared. Good job.